Hello, welcome to Spy Money. Let's talk about Spy Money zones. It's an indicator that I've been working on for quite some time. Finally got it completed. It works really well. And let's go ahead and take a look at the charts and see how it works. So here it is. This is automatically drawn in. And you can choose how far back you want it to go, how many candles and so forth. Like if I have mine on default, I look back 5 bars. And at 5 bars, it starts looking for the zones. So you can set it up whatever you want. But the 5, I like it real well. But you can put this on any time frame you want. And you can set your zones for whatever time frame you want them to be on. So I'm a scalper, so I set my zones on 5-minute time bars. And then I trade wherever I want. So just to give you an idea, if we have this one right here, and this one here, and I'm just going to do those two just to show you that it don't change. So let's go over to, say, a 144 tick. So we come down. We still have our zones that we originally had. So it doesn't matter what time frame you put it on. They're always going to be the same zones. Right, here's those and there. So that's how they work. Now what you can do if you want is you can make it, say you trade a 1-minute time bar. And you want the zones based on the 1 minute. So what you do is you open up your settings. I don't show the settings within the zones. Once you purchase or lease it, or actually purchase it or lease it, either one, then it will show. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click apply, and all of these will change based on the 1 minute time frame. So see, now we've got a lot more zones. Now I don't trade the zones based on the time frame that I'm trading because I really am looking for a little bit longer of a trade. So on this one, if we left it there, let's say today we were trading, say right here. So each one of these is a separate zone based on whatever the bar is in the past. Now once we break that, it stops the zone. So it's no longer a zone of choice because we broke through and we're looking for new ones. Now as we come back up, we're looking for new zones that are based on the previous candles. That's what we're looking for. Now if you notice, if we take this one, and let's just take this zone right here. So that is one zone that was working. And if we come over here and look, we can see that we now have different zones that have taken place. So zones will move over time. They're not going to just stay the same all the time like a lot of people use. And once we come into it, we can even change it to, say, I can put it on a 4-hour time zone, or a four-hour zone. And when I do that, let's see, I may have to go back further in time. I will. Let's go ahead and go to, say, a 5-minute. And let's trade this to, say, 180 days. And what that's going to do is allow it to go back and find zones for that time frame. We're still calculating because it's 180 days. So once you get your chart set up and it's all there, then it will start showing all the zones based on that 4-hour time period. There's a lot of people that trade based on the 4-hour. I don't, because the 4-hour is too far away. I need something closer because I'm trading a lot faster. So let's wait. 180 days is probably too far to go back on this. So there we are. Now we're coming up. So I paused it just so we could get into it. But as you can see, these are the 4-hour time zones. Now they're not based on these candles right here that you see. They're based on the 4-hour candle. And so each one of these is showing where your support and resistance is for that particular time frame. But you can trade a different time frame with it. So let's just say you want to trade a 1 hour. If you traded a 1 hour, and then right here are the zones based on the 4-hour. Now if I go ahead and pull this up, and if I change this to the 1 hour chart, then it's going to show a lot more zones in here. So it really kind of depends on how you want to trade. Do you want to trade the zones based on the time period you're on, or do you want to trade it based on a higher time frame? Now, you can put this on weekly, daily, monthly, whatever you want as far as the time settings in it. You're able to change throughout the zones how you want to do. Like, so you can do wick or you can do a line. So this is a wick where it's showing the whole wick. And then if you do the line, it's only going to show the actual support line, which would be the top of your wick. That's where it's going to be. You can also do a based on the close of the bar. So if you do that, it's going to be wherever that bar closed. I don't use that one. I don't like that one. You can also do an average. So an average will put it in between the bottom and the top. I personally like the wicks. I like to see an area that it's going to be, because then I can look back and see what was there, or I know that I can probably, we have a support or a resistance here, and then we have one there, and maybe I want to get out sooner instead of up there. So that's how I trade it. You can, over on the side, you can show the price if you want or not. I show the price because I like to know what they are, and it I just think it works better that way. You can change the text as far as anything that appears. Your color changes. If you don't want red and green, you can change those to whatever you want. You can change the inside. Maybe you want this to be a different color than that. You can change those two separately. You can also make it to where when this breaks the zone, like how it did, that it will stop it, or you can make it to where it goes through. It'll just allow it to go through. I like it to stop. That's the way I like mine. And that's, I'm going through the list here. You can also choose how you want it to break. Do you want it to actually a wick come through and then come back up and break, or do you want it to close underneath it? I have mine set up for close underneath. That's the way I like mine. You can also set up alerts. So like when a new zone is made or a zone is broke, you can make the alerts appear for that. So you can change quite a bit of stuff in the back end of it. It works really well. You can show, like pick how many zones you want it to actually show. So if you only want like a couple zones to show, you can change that. The periods are left and right. So let's say that I change the period left to 20. So now watch these, you'll start seeing some zones disappear. See, those disappear because they're looking back 20 bars. I have mine set up for 5 bars because I want to know what's going on closer, because I'm a scalper. But if you're looking for something more longer trend, you're not going to see all these. So you can change those to where the zone indicator looks back further and takes out a lot of those zones, which kind of helps. But my settings, the way I like them, I keep them there, and they work out really well. And that's all the settings in it. So I'm going to leave those there, and I'm going to just, actually I want to make it a 5 minute because I want to show you how this works the way I do. The way I do it. This is how I have mine set up. And we're going to go back to, say, let's do a 40 range. That's what I've been trading lately. So when we trade this, let me open that up a little bit more. Let's go 10 days. So this is going to show all of our zones all the way through. So today, as we were trading, we could see all of these zones that it was coming down and creating new ones. So now, if we ever have the opportunity for this thing to start selling off, then this is going to show all the zones that we have made and where your support is all the way down. Now, as far as going up, if we go further back in time, say 60 days or whatever, we're going to see more red lines up here. That's going to be based on the past. Now, we have this on a 5 minute time frame. If you want, you can change that to whatever time frame you want. I just choose 5. I think it works pretty good. Like on this one here, that's on ES, the 40 range. Actually, I don't use that. I use a 10 range on ES. I thought it was on NQ. So on the 10 range, you're going to see that you have a lot more flexibility in where your zones are. This one right here, it just kind of played back and forth right there all day long is what it did. It was all chopped today. So we only had from 893 to, we only had like 32 points on ES today that was ranging. And for the most part, we were having, there was 39.11, 8, so 19 points is all it did. So today was a very choppy day. It was not good at all. Now the angular indicator that I have, it did very well. We traded it on NQ today, did very, very well. I liked it. But on this one, the zone indicator, this lets you know price points where it's going to go. Once it actually makes a zone, then it comes down, it looks back 5 bars, and then on this 5th bar, then it will go ahead and create that zone if it hasn't broke over. And that's how it works. I may run this on a live stream on YouTube and let you watch it. It actually does really well though. It's pretty impressive. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. You can lease it or buy it on the website and take it every which way you want. If you lease it, it's a smaller fee, and that gives you opportunity to maybe try it out for a smaller fee, and then if you like it, you can always buy it or just continue to lease it. Leasing's cheaper, but in the long run, buying it is a little bit less money if you're going to keep it. Having questions, let me know. You can find it on SpyMoneyLLC.com. There's a contact page at the top. Just go up there, click on it. I get all the messages. Be more than happy to help you. Have a great night.